Welcome to the deep dive, where we take a stack of sources and really pull out those essential nuggets.
Right.
Think of it as your shortcut, maybe, to being truly well-informed. You get those surprising facts that just stick.
Mm-hmm.
And today, we're diving into, well, a truly unique and rich source.
Indeed. Today's deep dive is it's into excerpts from a text called Visvanatha Cakravati Thakur's Sri Rupa Cintamani.
Right.
It's a devotional text, and what's immediately striking, I think, are its incredibly detailed, ornate descriptions.
Absolutely. It's not just, dry information. It feels more like a tapestry woven with words. It really invites you into this vivid world.
It does.
So our mission today is to explore these depictions, these divine forms, not just what is described, but maybe why. Why does such intricate detail matter?
And what insights it offers you, the listener.
Exactly. Okay, so let's unpack this.
Well, at the core of these descriptions, you'll find a divine couple. They're often referred to as Lord Hari and Sri Radha.
Okay.
And the text places them in a very specific, beautiful setting.
And what a setting. I mean, imagine the Kundavana forest, right?
Mm-hmm. Beside the sacred Yamuna River.
And they stand on this glittering, jeweled, golden pavement.
Yeah.
Under the shade of a tall Kalpadruma tree. That's the wish-fulfilling tree, isn't it?
That's right. And that's a crucial point. This isn't just like a physical location.
No.
It's really an idealized, transcendent space. It's meant to evoke something more.
Okay.
They're described as youthful, fragrant. Their splendor compared to a monsoon, cloud, and lightning.
Wow, that's powerful imagery. Why that specific comparison?
Well, it conveys intensity, beauty, divine power, perhaps. It sets a certain tone.
And the text keeps returning to one detail, doesn't it? Their smile.
Yes, that charming, gentle smile. It's clearly very central to their depiction.
Okay, so we have the setting, the overall feel. Now let's dive deeper into Lord Harry's depiction. The text goes from his feet up.
It does, with incredible precision. His feet are described as endowed with 19 great opulences.
19 opulences. So these aren't just features, but like auspicious marks.
Exactly. Auspicious marks, each carrying symbolic weight, deep meaning.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting and detailed. So on the left foot, you'd find marks like a half moon, a water pot, a triangle, a cow.
A cow, yes, a conch, a cow's hoof print, a fish, and another conch.
That's quite a list. And the right foot.
Also marked. There's an 8-pointed star, a swastika, a wheel, a parasol, a barleycorn.
An elephant goad. What exactly is that symbolic of?
It's used to guide elephants, so it often symbolizes control, divine guidance, steering things in the right direction.
Ah, yeah, okay. Then a flag, a thunderbolt, a jambu fruit, an urdhvika.
An urdhvika, yes, which is like an upward line, often signifying aspiration towards the divine, and a lotus.
So many specific symbols just on the feet.
And beyond those marks, the text also mentions the general beauty, graceful toes, beautiful toenails.
And this redness.
Yes, a redness from the soles up to the heels, as if they were anointed, painted almost.
Incredible detail. Moving up then, his body is just as ornate, right?
Equally. Soft shoulders,
yeah.
Broad arms, adorned with armlets and other ornaments.
Even the hands and fingers. Intricate wave-like lines.
Yes, every detail is noted. Perfection in every aspect.
And his chest. That's a focal point, too.
Definitely. Embellished with a Kusakratha jewel.
That's the famous one, right? Associated with Vishnu.
The very same. Symbolizing the divine consciousness within. Also, pearl garlands, forest flowers.
Beautiful. And below that?
His abdomen, noted for a line of hair, a lotus-shaped navel, and a slender waist.
And don't forget the sound-tinkling bells at his waist.
Yes, and he wears yellow garments.
And more bells on his ankles. Broad knees, ankles, legs, all adorned.
Ankle bells. It's his complete sensory image, you see.
What's fascinating is how every single part, even tiny details, is given the significance and beauty. It's overwhelming.
It really is. It's a meditation in itself, just reading it.
Okay, finally. His face and crown.
A splendid crown, yes. Adorned with peacock feathers and gunji beads.
Those bright red and black seeds.
Those are the ones. Wavy hair, and his forehead is marked with tilaka.
The sacred clay marking.
Right. And splendid eyebrows, eyes, nose, cheeks. All praise.
Glittering earrings, too.
Jewel earrings, yes. Red lips, and significantly a flute held near his mouth.
Hinting at divine music.
Precisely. And even his neck is distinct, marked with 3 lines. A traditional mark of great souls or beauty.
Okay, that's an incredibly detailed portrait of Lord Hari. Now, let's shift to Sri Radha. Her description is just as captivating.
Just as, yes, maybe even more so in some ways, as she represents the devotional energy.
And similar to Lord Hari, her feet also have these 19 great opulences.
They do. 19 auspicious marks. Again, each symbolic.
So on her left foot, what marks do we find there?
A parasol, signifying royalty or protection, a cow, a flag, a vine, flowers.
A bracelet.
A bracelet, a lotus, a nerdvreka, that upward line again, an elephant goad, a half moon, and a barleycorn.
And her right foot. Different symbols again.
Different, yes. Things like potency, Shakti, a club, a chariot, an altar.
Earrings? Earrings on her footmark?
As a symbol, yes. Also a fish, a mountain, a conch shell, and interestingly, places.
And places? What might that mean?
It could signify sacred places, or perhaps her presence making any place sacred. It's open to interpretation.
Fascinating. And like Hari, her toenails, the redness of her soles, also highlighted.
Yes, that beautiful redness extending to the heels is specifically mentioned. It mirrors the description of Lord Hari, showing their connection.
And her body, also described in glorious terms.
Absolutely. Full breasts, a slender waist, a deep navel. And she also wears yellow garments, matching Lord Hari.
A sign of their unity.
Likely, yes. Her broad hips, beautiful thighs, knees, legs, ankles, all praised. And she, too, has tinkling ankle bells.
Adding to that auditory sense.
Her neck is adorned with necklaces, and her shoulders are described as gracefully sloping.
And her arms, hands, fingers, noted for beauty, too.
Exquisite beauty, yes.
Yes.
Every part perfect.
Her face must be equally detailed.
It is. Fine, curly, braided hair. Sometimes enhanced, like Hari's crown, with peacock feathers and gunja.
And tilaka on her forehead, too?
Yes. Splendid eyebrows, eyes, nose, cheeks, all praised. Swinging earrings adorn her ears.
Red lips, splendid teeth, wonderful cheeks. It's an image of absolute perfection.
It truly is.
So we've just absorbed this incredible, almost overwhelming amount of detail for both figures, which brings us back to the question, why? What's the point of this astonishing level of intricacy?
Well, that's really the crux of it, isn't it? What's fascinating here is these descriptions aren't just about physical beauty in our usual sense.
Right.
They're about conveying symbolic power, divine attributes, creating a profound, idealized form for contemplation.
They're called a charming couple.
Yes, and the text uses this amazing phrase, two mountainous oceans of nectar of love.
Wow, what a metaphor, like an infinite source of divine love.
Exactly. It paints this picture of intense splendor, shining in that Kundavana forest.
And Sri Radha's splendor is so great it reduces the lightning flash.
That's the description. And she hides that gentle smile beneath her blue garments, adds a layer of mystery. Perhaps devotional intimacy.
So connecting this to the bigger picture, these details in devotional texts, they primarily serve to aid meditation.
That's a key function, yes.
Yeah.
To help the devotee vividly visualize, to really see and connect with the divine. It's an immersion.
An ascetic experience as a path to spiritual understanding.
Precisely. And that recurring emphasis on the charming, gentle smile. It's not just descriptive, it points to their essence. Benevolence, beauty, divine grace. Available to the devotee.
Okay. So this brings us to you, our listener. Why should you care about these incredibly ornate descriptions from, an ancient text? Is it just historical curiosity?
Not at all, I think. This raises an important question. What is the purpose of this deep dive for us right now?
Yeah.
And the text itself gives a pretty profound answer. It states that a peaceful devotee who, reading these verses, turns his heart 2, 3, or 4 times towards the Cintāmaṇi jewel of the beauty of Sri Sri Radha Madhava.
The Cintāmaṇi jewel, like a wish-fulfilling gem.
Exactly, that jewel of beauty. If one turns their heart towards it repeatedly,
then what?
Will quickly and easily come to see them directly.
Directly, like a vision.
That's the implication. A direct personal experience.
So it's not just about absorbing information, reading words on a page. It's about transformation through contemplation.
That's exactly it. The text promises this direct experience if you engage deeply, if you let your heart, as it says, turn towards this beauty.
Wow. That was truly a deep dive then into a world of just incredible detail and profound symbolism. From those intricate marks on their feet, each with meaning, to the specific jewels, the colors, the smile. It really invites a unique kind of engagement.
It really highlights the power of focused attention, doesn't it? Not just to understand something intellectually, but to really perceive it, to connect with it on a deeper level. And the text is clear. Just reading isn't quite enough. It's the turning of the heart, that repeated heartfelt contemplation of this Cintāmaṇi jewel of beauty That seems to be the key.
Meditative engagement.
Exactly.
So for you, our listener, here's maybe a final thought to mull over. Consider this idea that true understanding, maybe in many areas, isn't just about piling up facts,
Right.
but about deeply engaging with something, allowing its beauty, its complexity, its detail to actually transform how you perceive it.
A different kind of knowing.
Yeah. So what else in your life might benefit from that kind of deep dive, that focused, detailed, heartfelt contemplation? Something to think about.